Where GM let us Commodore fans down, Aeroflow Performance is going to pick up the slack. Alright guys, Pat here from Aeroflow Performance, and this is a product that personally I've been pushing for quite a while, so I'm happy to introduce you to it. This is the VZ style or GTO style front sump to suit LS motors in our Holden Commodores from VT through to VZ. Holden Monaros, obviously I think it was VX, VY, VZ, the Holden Monaro, GTO, GTS. And then in the US, you'd know it as a Pontiac GTO. So this is effectively just a factory replacement. Why did we do it? Because GM don't do it anymore. You can't buy them anymore. Holden dealers don't have anything. And if worst case scenario, let's forget about performance factor or anything like that. If you've got a cracked sump and you have a VT to VZ Commodore in Australia, it's extremely hard to find another one of these things. They're fairly rare because LS motors in general in the States all had a rear sump design, but when it came to putting the LS in a Commodore, we had to go to the front because of the subframe design, the chassis and all that sort of thing. That causes some concerns because the oil ports or the passages in the LS motor are at the rear, so at the back here, and that requires these tubes to run the oil filter at the front. So your spin-on oil filter normally goes here. So this is why they're so unique to say a rear sump or anything else really that's on the market, and why our fabricated sump, for example, or anyone else's fabricated sump for an LS doesn't allow you to spin a oil filter on. There are some where you can fit a spin on back here. It doesn't fit in a Commodore, so that's no good. Otherwise you have to run a relocation for an oil block relocation somewhere else on the vehicle. This solves that problem. The tubes have been made. We've also picked up and modelled this off the later model VZ, so it has the better baffle from the factory, which is quite good. No trapdoors or anything like that, so you can still upgrade this to the trapdoor style baffle, but that's quite a good thing from the factory, as I make lots of noise. The tubes, of course, all of your block-off plates, gaskets, the pieces that are going on the back here, that's all going to bolt on exactly the same as factory. So we're including dipstick and dipstick tube, another thing you can't get anymore, sump gasket, OEM style sump gasket, everything that will bolt straight back on. The thread in the oil filter pad is the same as your factory oil filter, so you're going to put that straight back on there. A couple of changes that we have made. The pickup, so oil pump pickup, we've actually just made this like our aftermarket one, so it's a larger high flow tube, and then the inlet on the bottom is fully open as well. So if you're upgrading to a high volume pump or a higher pressure pump, there's no restriction when it comes to the pickup from that point of view. We've also made a couple of additions because everyone loves the Turbo LS. We've put a couple of -12 ORB bungs in the side of the sump, right up underneath the pan rail here, so that you can run a turbo drain into it. Now that's on both sides, so we've got one here and one over here, as you may be able to see. They come, well, the pan comes from us with these blanks, so you can block them off. So if you have a naturally aspirated or just a standard motor, don't fear, you don't have to worry about what you're going to do there. You can just plug that straight up. So it's nice and easy, as I keep saying, direct fitment. These are completely cast alloy, so as you can see, it's beautiful casting, nice and smooth, very high quality, will fit straight in there. Will also be great for engine swap vehicles, so if you're putting an LS motor in an early Commodore, you don't have to worry about trimming any of the subframe, you don't have to worry about that oil filter relocation. You can just bolt this straight back on, spin an oil filter on it, and it's ready to go. So guys, it's a short and sweet video. There's not really much else that I'm going to bang on about. It's a standard pan. It looks like a standard pan. It fits like a standard pan. You've just got a couple of extra additions like the turbo drains that we've put on there. It's at a great price point in the market. They're available right now in stock with Aeroflow Performance. So if you want to check them out closer, you can speak to your local distributor, a quality retail outlet, or jump online at aeroflowperformance.com.